A wireless remote for the Osmo Pocket 4 has quietly become one of the most interesting clues about DJI's next move. After a new FCC filing revealed an unreleased accessory referred to as the Osmo Frame Tap, a compact wireless remote that strongly suggests DJI is preparing to launch the upcoming Osmo Pocket 4, or possibly a Pocket 4 Pro alongside new control hardware designed to improve usability and flexibility for creators. According to the filing, this device is not a camera itself, but a small, purpose-built wireless controller designed to work seamlessly with portable imaging devices such as gimbals, action cameras, and potentially even DJI's 360-degree cameras, indicating that DJI is continuing its strategy of building a tightly integrated ecosystem rather than standalone products. The FCC documentation confirms compliance with Part 15 regulations for intentional radiators, which strongly implies the use of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity to deliver fast, low-latency communication, something that would be essential for creators who need reliable control without physical cables, especially when filming themselves, working at a distance, or mounting the camera in hard-to-reach places. For vloggers, solo filmmakers, and action shooters, a wireless remote like this could significantly streamline workflows by allowing quick start-and-stop recording, mode switching, or camera adjustments without interrupting the shot. At nearly the same time as this filing surfaced, a newly leaked image appeared online, offering the clearest and most detailed look yet at DJI's upcoming Pocket camera. And compared to earlier leaks, this image provides far more concrete evidence about the direction DJI may be taking with its next-generation handheld camera. One of the most immediately noticeable changes is the revised control layout, as the image clearly shows additional physical buttons placed directly beneath the rotating display, a design choice that had been rumored before but now appears all but confirmed. This suggests DJI is responding to long-standing user feedback by offering more tactile control, allowing creators to make adjustments quickly without relying entirely on touchscreen menus, which can be slower or less precise when shooting on the move. For many users, especially those filming in dynamic environments, this could translate into faster reactions, fewer missed moments, and a more intuitive shooting experience overall. The physical design of the camera body itself is another major point of discussion, as it appears significantly larger and bulkier than previous Pocket models, even compared to earlier leaked images, with a front section that looks more deliberate and robust in its construction. The presence of visible passive cooling vents is particularly noteworthy, as it suggests DJI is placing greater emphasis on heat management, which could be a sign of more powerful internal hardware, higher sustained bit rates, longer recording times, or improved video performance without thermal throttling. This increased size has naturally fueled speculation about the camera system inside, with many observers believing the housing could be large enough to support a dual camera setup, potentially offering different focal lengths, improved low-light performance, or enhanced computational features. While some earlier leaks hinted at a horizontal camera arrangement, the latest image suggests the cameras may instead be stacked vertically, which could have implications for stabilization, depth sensing, or even future software features. Adding to the intrigue, one of the visible cameras does not fully align with expectations for a standard Pocket Series sensor, leading to theories that DJI may be planning multiple variants, such as a Pocket 4 and a Pocket 4 Pro, each targeting slightly different users. The button layout and overall design also closely match previously leaked testing images, lending further credibility to the idea that DJI is experimenting with a more premium, feature-rich Pocket option. With January approaching, it increasingly looks like DJI may be preparing to introduce a Pocket camera that feels fundamentally different from anything the company has released before, not just as a minor refresh, but as a more capable and versatile tool. Beyond the hardware itself, the timing of these FCC filings is especially important, as DJI appears to be accelerating approvals for upcoming products and accessories ahead of the December 23, 2025 U.S. ban deadline, suggesting a strategic push to secure regulatory clearance while it still can. However, FCC approval alone does not guarantee a successful launch, as DJI would still need to officially announce and release these products before that deadline to legally sell them in the United States, raising serious questions about the company's launch timeline, regional strategy, and how aggressively it plans to move over the next year. While much attention is focused on cameras, DJI's broader product ecosystem continues to evolve, and another recent example is the DJI Neo 2, a drone designed to be one of the easiest and most confidence-building aircraft DJI has released to date. The Neo 2 is not positioned as a cinematic powerhouse, nor does it attempt to compete with DJI's higher-end models, instead focusing on fun, creativity, and hassle-free flying for beginners, travelers, content creators, and anyone who wants a small drone that simply works without complexity. Pricing and availability vary by region depending on official distribution and import channels, but overall the Neo 2 sits comfortably in the mid-range category, offering significantly more capability than toy drones while remaining far more affordable than models like the Mini 5 Pro or Air series. This makes it an appealing option for users who want reliability and features without paying premium prices, and it is particularly well-suited for beginners looking for a safe and stable platform to learn on, travelers who want a light and quiet drone that fits easily into a bag, casual vloggers seeking quick aerial angles, and active users such as bikers, walkers, and POV creators who want dynamic footage without hassle. It also appeals to people interested in FPV-style flying, who do not want the complexity of building or maintaining a full FPV setup, as well as experienced pilots who might need a safe indoor drone or a dependable backup. What the Neo 2 is not, however, is a replacement for a professional cinematography drone, as it is intended more for scouting locations, capturing quick creative clips, and spontaneous flights rather than high-end production work, making it best described as a drone for everyday fun. In terms of durability, the Neo 2 stands out as one of the most robust small drones DJI has produced, with built-in propeller guards and a compact frame that make it ideal for indoor environments and tight spaces where collisions are more likely. Minor bumps typically result in little more than cosmetic marks, which is reassuring for new pilots, though it does have a known weak point in the rear antenna section, which can bend if pressure is applied, meaning users should avoid placing heavy objects on the back of the drone when storing it and consider using a protective case. Battery handling on the Neo 2 is straightforward but comes with a few quirks, as batteries can feel tight when removed, which is normal as long as they are pulled straight out without twisting. Battery life is also influenced heavily by flight behavior, with faster drain occurring in sport mode, during rapid climbs, or in cold conditions, though batteries cool quickly and charge efficiently using the hub, making it practical to carry multiple packs, much like action camera users do. Camera quality on the Neo 2 is designed for casual shooting rather than professional workflows, featuring a 1.2-inch sensor capable of 12-megapixel photos and 4K video at up to 60 or even 100 frames per second, depending on the controller used. The combination of a 2-axis gimbal and electronic image stabilization delivers smooth, clean footage that works well for social media and everyday content, with DJI's color profile producing pleasing results straight out of the camera. That said, limitations are clear, including the absence of RAW photo support, no D-Log profile, and more limited dynamic range compared to higher-end DJI drones, which means it is not intended for heavy color grading or cinematic projects. Storage is another notable limitation, as the Neo 2 lacks a microSD card slot and instead relies on approximately 49 GB of internal storage, which simplifies things for beginners but can fill up quickly when shooting high frame rate 4K video, making frequent offloading essential. Flying over water is possible but requires caution, as reflective surfaces can confuse downward sensors, so maintaining sufficient altitude and ensuring a strong GPS lock is important. Obstacle sensing is strong for large objects and adds a valuable safety layer indoors, though it struggles with thin branches, wires, glass, and low-light conditions, reinforcing the idea that sensors should be treated as assistants rather than absolute protection. Real-world battery life typically falls below advertised figures, with most users seeing around 10 to 15 minutes per battery depending on flight style, making spare batteries almost essential for extended use. Weighing around 151 grams, the Neo 2 stays under the 250-gram threshold, easing regulatory concerns in many regions and making it less intimidating in public spaces, though responsible flying is still critical. Compatibility with modern DJI controllers and goggles adds further value, allowing users who already own newer DJI equipment to reuse accessories and save money, while older controllers are not supported. Taken together, these developments, from the Osmo Pocket 4 leaks and FCC filings to the design philosophy behind products like the Neo 2, paint a picture of DJI refining its approach across categories, focusing on usability, ecosystem integration, and timely releases in the face of regulatory pressures, suggesting that the company's next generation of products may be defined as much by thoughtful design and strategic timing as by raw technical specifications.